cost of that and the license would actually be a part of being named in the city.
The other thing I would say is keep in mind this is a small city, right? So I would structure it appropriately. All right, next question.
Yeah, I know Barry talked to put this together with the amount of information we have and incorporation of the city. We really see this as a blank slate. We kind of come to you consultatively to tell you how we would do it, what we would do. I know there are some loose guidelines into what you want, but I see this being more of a canvas to kind of really just, approach it the way we would, which I think makes it a little bit harder to price. So I would just open this around alternate bids, maybe looking at the pricing a little bit differently, if we were to get that. Just kind of curious your thoughts on that.
So here's what I would say about that. I would expect that everybody that received the RFP has worked in public service and provided services for cities and governments for quite a while. Based on that, you should be able to, knowing the scope of the services that the city will provide, be able to at least price it at a reasonable level, right? We're not expecting perfection. As with any contract, there are gives and takes for any contracts that I would imagine the city will be signing. So from a consultative purpose, I'm not sure we have the runway to get into a lengthy consultative sessions with the respective bidders as they are. So my guidance would be do the best that you can, put in any qualifiers that you feel necessary, and we'll take it from there.
And I guess, outside of the scope of what you have spec here, if we see something that needs to be, it wasn't addressed, are you okay with us adding it?
As an addendum, yes, but not as part of your official response.
So in the proposal, the fee cost proposal of this is only 25% of the score. It's important that you submit costs associated with the individuals you propose. But if you also look at, there's 50% of this is going to be your proposed solution, having to deliver services, and then the qualifications of those individuals. So I would direct you to the points scoring is ultimately how this is going to be looked at. This is not a low bid. That will actually is going to be a part of it, but this, the most important is going to be the qualification and your approach to the overall proposal. As Chairman had indicated, I would also indicate to use that as a bid alternate. If you have something that's not in here, it's qualified as this is an alternate that we feel like you may want to consider. That way we're trying to keep apples to apples when we compare this from a fee standpoint. But other than that, I think if you found something that we're missing in here, you can call it to our attention. I think that would be a positive to include that in your approach.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
When someone asks a question, would you repeat it?
Yes, I will. The initial question was related to if we had an understanding of how much equipment we were going to need. The second one was in relation to the scope of services outlined in the RFP and whether or not we would be open to consultative services to kind of help define that scope based on their expertise in that area.
We have received 24 questions, and we will have written answers to every one of those that will go out. So if you've asked a question already through the email address, those will be addressed. So just make sure that you look at those. And if there's, I'm not sure if we got any additional ones since the ones that.
If we did not previously,
Have we received any additional since this was
Not
recorded?
that.
Okay. Hang on just a second. Yes.
basically, just in reference to that, would you entertain a second round of questions to respond to the answers that you gave? So therefore, as we see, answers come in that may change the scope or change our thinking a little bit, would you entertain just one more question period to respond to comments tonight and respond to the answers we gave?
So the question was, would we entertain an additional set of questions based on the responses?
I'll let any committee members speak, but based on the questions we received, they're pretty straightforward. And so at this point, I don't see
drive enough clarity out of the questions responded to not need a second round. Yes, sir.
In regards to those questions, if we have not provided the question, will we get a list of all those questions that have been asked if we are?
The question was, if you did not provide a question, would you get a list of questions and answers? And that is yes. Everybody that has responded to the RFP will get the list of all questions asked and their answers. Any other questions for the RFP?
Hey, this is Matt Hauser with Jacobs. Will the responses to the questions be posted on the Georgia Procurement Registry website?
Is the RFP posted?
Yes.
So yes.
Okay, the question was, will the answers be posted on the Georgia Registry? Since the RFP is posted out there, then yes, they will.
I need to make one correction. I was looking at the wrong RFP when I answered your question. The cost proposal is only 15 points, so I apologize. That was the banking RFP we're going to talk about in a second. So cost proposal is 15 points, qualifications 25, and your proposed approach is 30. So again, more emphasis on the approach and the qualifications than it is the cost. I apologize if I caused any confusion.
Are there any other questions related to the RFP? All right. Thanks, consultants. Again, we will provide written answers to each of these questions that are submitted, as well as posting them up on the registry. All right. Moving on to action items. We have before us an RFP to bid out. Okay. For the consultants here for the RFP, there will be no more action items on the RFP itself that was originally submitted. So if you don't want to sit around for the rest of it, feel free to leave. So I'll give you guys a second if you want. That way you're not interrupting everyone. I appreciate you guys showing up tonight. Thank you. All right. All right. Gentlemen, we have before us an RFP to bid out banking services. Are there any questions or discussion from the committee? You should have copies of it in your binders. If there are no further questions, the chair will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve, request for proposal RFP 2402, banking services annual contract, and direct the city attorney to, get this out, as soon as you can.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any debate? If not, all those in favor of adopting the banking RFP and instructing our attorney to publish it at the earliest convenience, please signify by raising your hand. Any opposed? This motion passes. All right, our next order of business is hearing a presentation from the Georgia Interlocal Risk Management Agency, provided by Megan Murray. Did you get the right Megan? All right. Do you need the mic?
Promise we'll get better with each meeting. I'll have the mic set up beforehand and everything set up beforehand.
Technology is always our friend. Good evening, everybody. I'm Megan Murray. I am with Austin Companies, but I'm here representing Georgia Municipal Association, and more broadly, GERMA, which is the Property and Liability Fund for Georgia Municipal Association. So we provide insurance services coverage that a city would need based on the risk and exposures that you have. So general liability, if and when the city has a law enforcement department, we would provide law enforcement liability. Public officials liability, which is coverage for mayor and council. Auto liability and physical damage, if you have a city-owned or leased fleet. Property for buildings that you own. Boiler machinery, which is equipment breakdown coverage for equipment within your buildings. Animal mortality, if you have a police force that has a police animal, we provide coverage for that. Crime, which is employee theft or dishonesty coverage. Inmate medical, which provides some medical coverage if you have inmates or folks who are in your care, custody, and control if you have a law enforcement department. And then also cyber liability coverage is all included within the coverage. So a little bit about the structure of the GERMA board. So GERMA is governed by a 15-member board of trustees. The contributions or premiums that are paid into the pool or the fund are based on an individual city's loss experience and underwriting. So we have 380 cities, and we look at every single city's loss experience and exposures, and that's how their premium is determined. And then all of the policies and procedures, major changes to our coverage agreement, those are all approved by the GERMA Board of Trustees. And the board is made up of city officials across the state, so it's all, peer groups that are making those decisions. A little bit more about the organizational structure. So the GERMA board oversees all of the actions. GMA operations, so we've got GMA employees who oversee the risk management services and all the insurance pools that are offered through GMA. And then there's 3 partner companies that work with the pool. So Gallagher Bassett is a claims administrator, so they handle all of the claims for GERMA. Lofty Companies, that's the company I work for, but we handle all of the marketing, underwriting, and day-to-day interaction with all 385 cities. And then local government risk management services, that's the loss control group. So we work with our cities all over the state. We actually work with the counties too, to provide loss control advice and help make the city a safer place. So just a little bit more about Gallagher Bassett on the claim side. So again, they've been around, they've been involved since the pool incepted back in the 80s. We have a dedicated team of adjusters that would handle any liability claim or property claim that comes in through the city. We provide our members with regular loss reports and claim reports so that you know how you're performing from a loss perspective. And then similar on the LGRMS side, the loss control group, they have also been around since the late 80s. They provide loss control services to ACCG and GMA. So ACCG is the county equivalent of GMA. And they can come out and do specialized trainings to certain groups. Or if you're seeing trends or losses in specific areas, they can come out and focus on that. And then finally, a few of the benefits of GERMA. So we are a resource for cities in the state of Georgia. So we look to provide broad coverage when we can cover claims that are within our coverage agreement. We look to do that. And we also provide a lot of services to the city to help them. So through LGRMS, we have a liability safety grant that members can apply for. And it's up to $10,000 per year, depending on your premium size. So if you're a smaller premium, it might not be $10,000, but it's up to, that's the maximum amount that we provide. We also have a GERMA helpline. We partner with a law firm, L.R.B. Thompson. then further to that, we try to make the process easy. We try to limit the amount of paperwork. And we also provide dividends or renewal credit to the members who have been in the pool for a long time. So that's really it from a GERMA broad overview. In terms of the city actually getting insurance coverage, we have an application that is a 2-page application that we would need some basic exposure information. I know you guys are new, so you won't have a lot of exposure to begin with, but a general idea of what the annual budget will be and then projected employee count. Those will be kind of the 2 main exposures that we can look at. Any questions?
If we have consultants providing our services as city employees, do we need to still cover those employees?
Typically, the contractor would provide those employees. We would only provide coverage for your true employees. But if you choose to bring on, let's just say you contract out a department, and choose to bring them on at another date, then we would pick up that exposure.
So a follow-up to that, then, can you provide recommended language that, or insurance levels and types of insurance that we would want to require from each of the
Yes.
people that we? Okay. Anything else? All right, Megan, thank you very much. All right, thank you, Megan, that was excellent, appreciate it. It's been very helpful. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe we are in agreement that this body would like to request a cost proposal from GERMA to provide insurance services for the city of Mulberry, and I will entertain a motion to that effect.
I make that motion, to have the city attorney, complete the application on behalf of us. I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any debate? If not, all those in favor of formally requesting a cost proposal from GERMA and placing consideration of that proposal on the agenda for our next meeting, please signify by raising your hand. Any opposed? That motion passes. We look forward to working with you. And that completes our action items for this meeting. At this time, we will now take public comment. Please note that we're limited to an hour of total public comment. We should be okay here. I see 3 of our candidates have signed up for public comment. So therefore, I'm going to add another stipulation. Please limit your comments to 5 minutes or so. All right, we'll start with Kyle Shields.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Kyle Shields. I'm running for District 3, which encompasses most of Hamilton Mill and all the way over to Rock Springs, down 124. And I want to say thank you so much to the transition team for helping out. It's going to be a seamless process, and it's going to make live people that get elected on much easier. So thank you. And if you have any questions afterwards, please feel free to ask. Also, I believe Hamilton Mill will be having on the 3rd of October at 6:30 in here, a town hall. And I think it's for districts 3, 4, and 5. Is that correct?
We're discussing adding districts 1 and 2 to that as well.
Copy. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. I won't make it long at all. Appreciate it. I'll be back here if anybody wants to talk later.
All right, next is Michael Coker.
Hey, I'm Michael Coker. I'm running for District 2. I just want to echo Kyle's comments. Every one of these gentlemen up here have a family, and this is a labor of love to this community. And so I just want to express my sincerest thanks to all of you for everything you've done throughout this process, everything you continue to do, to take time away from your family to be here to do this. That means a lot to me, and it means a lot to this community. So thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. And next is Kevin Roach.
Similar to what you're going to, just wanted to introduce myself and give my sincere thanks to the transition team who's been working effortlessly to make sure that our city is ready to go as soon as our council's voted in. Again, my name is Kevin Roach. I'm a candidate for District 5, so I'd be happy to meet with any of you after this meeting's over and discuss your concerns. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other proposals on that? I get you to go inside there.
Hey everyone, my name is Michael Ludwig. I'm running for District 4, which is from Jim Moore Road on the east side of 124 across from Mill Creek High School, up to the county line, out to Mineral Springs and Clack Road. So part of Hamilton Mill, and then I actually live in Stonewall, at the corner of Hog Mountain and 124. Forget my dressing down, I was out knocking on doors in your neighborhood, came straight here from that. So some of you I may have already knocked on your door. I appreciate the transition team, they're not doing this, they're doing this out of the kindness of their heart, trust me. And they're doing a great job, and I know each and every one of these guys are all very good people and get us off to the right start. So, District 4, I'll be around after as well. If anybody needs anything, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks a lot.
All right, then the next Jim Sullivan. Here's the candidate. Oh, sorry, Doug. Skip right over you.
Yes, I want to introduce myself, Tim Sullivan, running for District 1 on the other side of the highway, call ourselves the west side, if you will. But if anybody's here has questions about my opinions and the things I want to do for the city, I'll be around after the meeting and entertain questions. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Doug Ingram.
Hey, I'm Doug Ingram. I'm running for District 5. Got a website. I guess it's turned into campaign meeting stuff. But I'll keep it short. Doug from Mulberry.com. I had a 6-point plan that I laid out. But ultimately, these guys really appreciate everybody's work, and all of you guys. Amazing work, and I think we have an amazing opportunity in front of us to kind of execute the will of the people. So look forward to talking with you. If anybody wants to do that afterwards. Thanks so much.
All right, and we have another late entrance. Mary Ellen Smith.
Mary Ellen Small, I'm in District 2, and I'm running because I've been here a long time resident, 1999, and I love this area and I want to serve, so I'll be available as well.
For those candidates in Districts 1 and 2, stay tuned. If the Board of Directors approves of expanding the town hall, we will be in touch with each of the candidates so that they're aware. But you may want to go ahead and lock off the 3rd on your calendars. At this point, time leader illustration would like to.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, I just wanted to pass on new information I had just received about the elections for the city of Mulberry. So pursuant to state law, because it's a new city, Gwinnett County is administering the election, and the Gwinnett County Elections Board is setting the conditions for how that election will take place. And so I spoke with a member of the Gwinnett County Elections Board this week, and it's my understanding that on election day, regardless of the district you live in, you will go to Hamilton Mill United Methodist Church to vote for the city elections. So it doesn't matter which council district you live in, it will be one location where everyone will go only on election day. Only on election day. Now, if you decide to early vote, it's my understanding that you can go to any Gwinnett County early voting location.
We're being told it's just Decula is what we're being told as of lately.
Well, allow me to check into that then and get back to you, because maybe I got bad information. But my understanding was when you go to you do not go to Hamilton Mill UMC for early voting. But when you go to early vote, you will get 2 cards. One card for the presidential election and another card for a different machine at the same location when you early vote to vote for the city election. So this information is continuing to come in, and potentially some of these decisions are still being finalized by the elections board right now. we'll just pass on information as we get it, and as the chairman said, we'll put it up on the website when we know. But I wanted to tell you that well in advance, because on election day, if you go to your normal precinct to vote the presidential election and all the other elections that are on election day, you will not see the city of Mulberry. You will have to go to Hamilton Mill United Methodist Church to vote for the city elections that day. Thank you.
Thank you, leader of registration. So again, as I mentioned, we appreciate everybody's patience. This is our second meeting. As you saw from the technology piece tonight, we're going to continue to get better. We have a microphone, we have more chairs. So we will continue to get better. We appreciate your patience. We are working on the website. We will try to put as much information as possible on the website with the intention of making sure that our citizens are as informed as possible, in particular prior to voting day. We want to make sure everybody within the city of Mulberry makes as informed of a decision as they can related to their particular council.
Can you tell me the website address again, please?
The Mulberry website, it's cityofmulberry.org.
City of Mulberry, GA.
cityofmulberryga.org. All right, thank you everyone again for attending. We'll go ahead and stand adjourned. Members, we will stick around afterwards if anybody has any questions. I would imagine all of the candidates will be sticking around as well. So if anybody would like to talk to the candidate in their district, feel free. I'm sorry. Before our next public meeting will be on Monday, October 7th, starting at 6:30 here at Hamilton Mill. Again, thank you, Sam. Sam always saves the day for us.